Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Laurie on behalf of Berkshire Yoga, Dance and Fitness. Let's come to a standing at the top of the mat to begin our practice today. Just create a little bit of movement before we center. And as you stand towards the top of the mat, let me just turn that music down a little bit so it doesn't disturb you. And in terms of your own music, if the absence of music is something that you're missing, remember you can always play your own music in the background during the classes. Maybe that's even a better system. So as you stand towards the top of the mat, become aware of the feeling of the feet against the floor. So in today's practice, I want you to consider the concept of being neutral. Being neutral. So as we get into our yoga poses, sometimes there's extreme sensations come up, and we tend to be attracted to the extremity of the sensation. We tend to get involved in the drama of it. And in yoga, it's about experiencing that full range of experience that we normally experience, but becoming less attached to the extremism of our experience. So as you know, extremists in this life tend to be people who will do radical things that in retrospect can be harmful. So in our yoga, we're trying to allow the broad spectrum of that experience with a sense of being a little more detached from the extremism, finding that middle way, as the Buddha would say. And as you stand on your feet, start to lift the heels and feel the balance under the balls of the feet, and then rock back onto the heels, and perhaps lift the balls of the feet so you feel a different balance. The balance of falling backwards, and then lifting up, feeling the balance of the strength of the feet, lifting up those feet. See if you can lift the calf muscles a little more so you feel the calf muscles doing their part in that balance of lift. Exhale, roll back and forward. So if you lose balance, that's fine, as I just did. Become aware of the extreme end of the body, the feet and the toes. That part of the body that's furthest away from our experience as far as the mind and the eyes are concerned, rocking forward and backward. And yet it's the part of the body that's constantly working for us, attaching us to the ground, to the earth, to locomoting our way around. Rock forward and backward, and become aware not only of the physicality of the sensation of the feet, but also of the delicacy, the nuance of the nervous system, the sense of perception of self in space, proprioception. Start to feel how the nervous system is also triggered, fired up to hold us in balance. So as we work through our yoga, we don't just work muscle, we work neuromuscular. The neuromuscular system, nerves and muscle combined. So there's this teamwork of all the different systems in the body. And yoga means union, bringing things together. So start to feel these systems of the body working together, not isolating, not fragmenting, not just staying with the muscle, but the neuromuscular system, the combination of nerves, sensations, feelings, traveling all the way up into the brain. And then the circulatory system starting to join in, starting to feel the breath. Adding a little arm movement here as you lift the arms up as you stand on tippy toes. heels lifted, and exhale, floating the hands down. Feel the breath work synchronized with the neuromuscular system. Inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, rocking back and down, hands down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, coming down. Starting to feel these three systems: neuromuscular, respiratory. And of course, the circulatory has to come along, right? As we breathe, as we move, the heartbeat starts to increase. That fourth system kicks in. Yoga bringing them all together. Feeling them moving through the body. Simple sun breaths with balance. Add the ujjayi sound. Taking your time, letting the breath deepen. And then feeling the skeletal system, the structure of your shape, the bones, the muscles and the nerves pulling on the bones. The blood system feeding the bones alive, being fed with blood, and the breath feeding the blood. Starting to feel this union of all the parts of us that move through our yoga. Starting to increase the range of the motion. The next time you exhale, come down, push the hips back, bring the wings out wide, hold the strength of the body as you slowly drop the head, shoulders, and torso towards the ground, and just hang there. Just hang in that forward motion, gently swaying the hips from side to side. Feel the sensations this brings up. If some of the sensations feel extreme, remember to work in the pain-free range of motion, and then find that neutrality. Find that point where you're focused on everything. Nerves, muscle, skeleton, bones, breath, heartbeat. Soften the knees. Let the hands come all the way down to the earth, perhaps pressing the hands into the earth. If that's too much, use blocks. Simply press hands against the earth. Feel bone against earth. Feel the resistance. Feel the weight. Almost, if you came forward far enough, you could come into a handstand. Just feel. Feel the weight tip towards the balls of the feet. Heels start to lift. Hands take the weight. Feel the bones of the arms. Head and neck relaxed. And then inhale, slide the hands just below the knees, pressing against the shins. Straighten the back of the legs. Feel new sensations. Shoulders roll back. Lengthen the spine, crown to tail. Imagine the spine parallel to the earth. Feel the engagement of the abdominals, the low back, to hold the body steady here. And then exhale, melt the knees, bend the knees, forward fold, hang, and relax. Lower the hips, and as you do, press into the heels. Lift the torso and then float the wings out. So you're not using the hands to support, you're using your core strength. Press down into the heels, start to lift the body up, reverse the palms up. Bring the hands together in prayer position over the head, and then pressing the hands together firmly. Feel the strength of the upper body. Bending the elbows, bring the thumbs against the heart. Shoulders roll back and down. Press down through the heels, lengthen the back of the body, lift the back of the skull upwards. Crown of the head reaches up, heels press down. Now soften the shoulders and feel your posture. Feel the alignment of the bones. Feel how the nervous system, the muscle system works to hold you in alignment. Where is tension? Where is ease? And see if you can find that that neutral place between tension and ease when the posture aligns. And it's said that if the posture aligns perfectly, that the fluctuations of the mind will become more and more distant. So finding our posture of comfort, ease, and stability, strength, finding that neutral combination of all the above, the fluctuations of the mind become more and more distant. So in today's practice, come back to this sense of nuance, this sense of subtlety. Am I aligned? Where is my mind? Where are the fluctuations of the mind? Are they more distant or are they distracting me from my posture? Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive to the earth. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Crown to tail. Push back through those heels. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, prayer. And then clearing the mat. I've got a lot of stuff on my mat, so making sure your mat is free. Bringing the blocks to the side. Blocks are always a nice prop to have handy for our work here today. Find that neutral position, find that postural alignment where the fluctuations of the mind become more distant, less important, less focal. So you start to feel the heels press down, you feel the kneecaps lift, you feel the glutes squeeze, hips are neutral, ribs are lifted, shoulders rolled back and down, crown of the head lifts up. Feel the posture. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, crown to tail. Exhale, hands to the earth, take a giant step back with that left foot. Drop the left heel down, feet parallel. Hands to the earth or blocks. Push back through that left heel. Start to feel the calf muscle stretching out. Now bend that front knee a little more and push back through that left heel so you continue to feel that lengthening through that back left leg. You feel the calf muscle trying to help that heel stay grounded. Front knee keeps pushing forward until you feel delicious discomfort. And now bring the blocks or the hands back, straighten the front leg. Lift the toes of the front foot and exhale, drop the head towards the knee. Feel the sensations. Find that neutrality between the extremes. Exhale, drop the foot, bend the knee and feel that calf muscle. Lift the head, come onto the tips of the fingers if you like, so you can really feel that back heel push back, front knee bends forward, and then exhale, reverse, come into that head to knee, toes lifted. Inhale, bending that front knee. Now lift the back heel and float that left hip forward and stack head on shoulders, shoulders on hips. Hands on hips and push that left hip forward. As you do, drive the left heel back. Front knee solid. Front knee is stable. Front leg is working. Back leg is stretching. Front leg is grounding. Inhale, float the hands up. Runner's lunge. Palms facing. Spread the fingers. Bring your attention to the fingertips. Bring your attention to the webbing between the fingers. Bring your attention to the palms. Can you feel the palm lines? Can you feel the lines on the palm of the hand? Can you lift the fingers a little higher? Can you feel the webbing stretch? Now bring together all the systems. Breath, heartbeat, neuromuscular, skeletal, postural alignment. Can you feel the union of everything coming together into your yoga? Exhale, float the hands down to the earth. Step right foot back. Bend the knees. As you bend the knees, look back at the feet. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Spread the hands out. Push down with the finger pads. Feel grounded in the hands. Lengthen through the arms. Crown of the head reaches towards the thumbs. Neck is long. Wrap the shoulder blades around towards the chest. Pull the navel in. As you pull the navel in, push the hips back. Knees are still bent. And then slowly press the heels towards the ground into your downward dog. Press out through the heels. Press out through the hands. Feel the navel lift the hips back and up. Drive out through the heels. Feel this isometric battle between the pushing of the hands and the pushing of the heels. Like a tectonic plate. Feel the mountain lift. Some schools of yoga call this mountain pose. And then inhale, bring the head slowly forward. Come onto the balls of the feet. Keep pressing out through the heels. Lower the hips so you feel not a sagging, but a lifting of the belly, a lifting of the thighs, and a lengthening of the back. Feel plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees, widen the knees, lift the feet, float the hips back, keep the hands grounded, bring the head all the way to the mat, and let go into child pose. Rock the hips from side to side. Feel the sensations. Keeping the left hand extended, slide the right hand back underneath the shoulder and then turn the hand so the back of the hand is on the mat, palm facing the shoulder, and then slide that hand to the left, right under the left armpit until your right shoulder comes down onto the ground. Bring the side of the head onto the ground. Feel the new sensations. Bring your attention into the shoulder blade. Not the shoulder blade separate from the rest of the body, but the shoulder blade as part of the rest of the body. Try to feel the union rather than the fragmentation. Feel the union, how this shoulder blade is part of the back, of the arm, of the ribs, of the belly, of the neck. How this shoulder blade is a part of everything. And then inhale, lift that left hand towards the sky and roll towards the back of the head. And then bend that left elbow behind the back. Lift the left shoulder blade back. Press down with the back of that right hand. Feel that right shoulder blade move further from the spine. Feel the stretch sensation. Exhale, release. Unwind. Extend the hands out. Lower the head down. Extended child. Notice the contrast between left and right shoulders, left and right shoulder blades. Feel the contrast and feel the connection. Feel the connection between those shoulder blades. Both meeting the spine on different sides. Inhale, slide the left hand back under the shoulder. Flip the hand, palm faces up. And then slide that hand to the right, under that right armpit. Press down with that left shoulder. Press in and feel. Feel that left shoulder. Feel that left shoulder blade connected to the rest of the body, yet alive with sensation, standing out in its own way simply because of the shape you've put yourself in. Inhale, turn the head to the left, feel the side of the head press down into the mat. Use all that pressing into the mat. Left shoulder, left head, left hand to reach that right hand to the sky and look up towards the sky, rolling towards the back of the head. Bend that right elbow and then bring that right shoulder up. Feel that sensation as you twist the torso. Exhale, release. Bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Start to move the spine through cat and cow. Rounding the spine. Inhale, lifting the tailbone. The next time you lift, curl the toes of the feet. Lift the knees with bent knees. Press back into bent knee, downward dog. Hands spreading the weight evenly around the finger pads and the heel palms, lengthening through the arms. Elbows towards the sky. Shoulders wrapping towards the chest. Crown of the head lengthening towards the thumbs. And then feel the tectonic forces as the hands press you back as far as you can. Press the heels down and feel an opposite force coming from the heels up into the hips. Hands pushing back. Hands to hips. Heels to hips. Feel the hips lift like a mountain coming out of the earth. Feel the back of the legs. Inhale, lift that left foot high to the sky, three-legged dog. And then step that left foot forward. Left foot forward, hands to the earth or blocks. Drop the back heel. Drop the back heel. Now press into that right heel as the left knee comes forward, head lifts. Start to feel that back calf muscle. Feel it press back. Right hip comes forward, so hip to heel, again trying to lengthen. Back foot parallel to front foot. And then start to walk blocks or hands back, straighten that front leg. Lift the toes of that front foot and bring the head towards the knee. Feel the back of that left leg, the hamstring, sensation moving into that area above the knee and below the hip. Come back, bend that front knee. Front foot grounds down, hands or blocks come forward. Use the hands to support you so you can focus all your attention on that back heel. Press that back heel down, bend that front knee, right hip comes forward. Now take the weight. As you take the weight, stack head over shoulders. Shoulders roll back and down. Back heel lifted. Reach hands high into the sky. Now adjust that back foot just mimically, so you feel a tiny adjustment, so you feel the weight more evenly distributed on the toes. You feel the heel press back, hip on the right side come forward. Tiny adjustments. Keep that back leg strong. Front leg stabilizing you. Now bring your attention up into the hands. This time feel the fingernails, the cuticles. Feel the outside of the fingernails. Feel the air against the fingernails. Now feel where the fingernails join the hand. Feel the inside where the skin meets the fingernails. Can you spread the hands a little wider and articulate? Can you feel pinky finger, ring finger, middle, pointer, thumb? Can you feel each finger distinctly? Exhale, float the hands down to the blocks or the earth, and then step forward, forward fold. Grab hold of the elbows and allow the torso to dangle. Allow the torso to dangle as if all the bones have been taken out of the upper body. Ribs are gone. Arm bones gone. Shoulder bones gone. Shoulder blades gone. Spine gone. So you feel a bonelessness. You feel a looseness, a swaying. And that swaying starts to rock you from side to side. No resistance from the bones. As if simply hanging. Simply hanging. Head and neck relaxed. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, lengthen crown to tail. Feel the bones return. Bones of the arm press against bones of the legs. Bones of the heels press down. Bones of the sit bones press back. Bones of the shoulders press back. Bones of the ribs lift up. Now lengthen the crown of the head. Keep the spine long through the neck. Cervical spine long. Exhale, soften the knees. Hands dangle to the earth. Hips come down. Press down through the heels. Reverse swan dive. Lifting up. Feel breath, heartbeat, bones, muscle, nerves all come together to move the body into prayer. Samatiti pose of attention. Thumbs against sternum. Shoulders back and down. Bring your attention back to the posture. Adjust the feet, hip width distance apart, parallel. Arches lifted. Feel the arches. The muscles of the arches lift the bones. Press down through the heels. Feel the back of the legs lengthen. Feel the kneecaps squeeze. Squeeze the glutes just a little bit more to give your hips neutrality, to align the posture. Shoulders roll back and down. As they do, the ribs lift up to keep that height. Back of the neck lengthens, back of the skull lengthens. Can you find that neutral posture between stability and ease, where the thoughts of the mind become more distant? Where is that spot? Make tiny, tiny sways, left, right, forward and backward. Can you find where all the weight on the feet is equally distributed? Can you feel the two corners of the ball of the foot, left and right, equally weighted? Can you rock back until you feel the two corners of the heels equally weighted? And then can you bring equal weight to all four corners? Lift up. Let the breath flow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. All the way to the earth. Press the hands into the blocks of the earth. Feel the arms take the weight. Rock forward. Feel the arms take you so that you almost feel like you're ready to float up into a handstand. Press down. Feel the weight. Big step back with left foot. Float the hands up, runner's lunge. Stacking. Fingers above shoulders, shoulders above hips. Left hip comes forward, left heel drives back. And then exhale, float the hands down to the hips. Drop the back heel. And start to rotate. And as you rotate, straighten the front leg. And exhale, bend that front leg. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. The next time you bend, take that back foot, align it with the front foot so both feet are near the right side of that mat. And then walk your feet out. Walk your feet out in a way until you find your right knee perpendicular to that right ankle. Back heel driving down into the mat, back leg strong. Lift the inner thigh of the back leg. Lift the hamstring of the front leg. So you're lifting yourself up like you're sitting on a horse. Ribs roll up, shoulders roll up, back and down. Left hand floats out behind you. Look at that left hand. Rotate the head. Look back. Make sure that hand is parallel to the earth. Keep it there as you rotate forward. Right hand lifts, but right shoulder sinks, so you feel a grace in the bones of the arms. There's an ease. The fingers spread out wide, palms face the floor. Feel Virabhadrasana too. Feel that front leg. Can you bring even distribution over that front foot? Left and right arm, heel. Left and right ball. And then push into that right heel, strongly straightening that front leg. Straightening that front leg and still endeavoring to push down through the ball of the foot. Extend that left hip back and reach forward with that right hand. Hands still parallel, shoulders still relaxed. And reach and feel the extremes. Feel that right groin, right hamstring, left shoulder, maybe even the neck. And then find neutrality as you windmill, right hand towards the ground, left hand towards the ceiling. Now, even in this neutrality, can you push back through that left heel? Can you strengthen the back leg? Can you push the right arm against the right thigh? Can you feel yourself stable here in Utthita Trikonasana? Exhale, bend that front knee gingerly. Flow down, and then left hand floats over to the earth or a block. Right hand down, step that right foot back. Bend the knees. Press through the hands. Press through the tailbone. Push the tailbone back from the hands. Keep pushing back. Now crown of the head comes forward. Shoulders come back. Ribs lift up. Now press down through the heels to create that tectonic force. Come into your downward dog. Inhale, come forward. High plank. This time in high plank, drop the knees, lift the feet. Bend the elbows. As you bend the elbows, hug the elbows to the ribs. Keep the hips lifted. Drop the chest and the chin to the earth. Shoulders roll back and down. Hug the elbows. And then float the feet and the hips to the earth. Keep the hands engaged. Bring the tops of the feet down, press down into the mat, big toes together. And then inhale, start to feel the head and shoulders rise up. Pause at the first sense of extreme sensation. And then realign the posture. Shoulders roll back and down. Elbows hug in. Engage the triceps as you push down through the heel palms. And as you do, push up until the elbows come to a 90-degree angle. And feel cobra pose. Now squeeze the buttocks and squeeze the low back so you feel they're contributing to Bhujangasana as well. And breathe. Exhale, come down. Curl the toes. Press up. Bend the knees. Lift the knees. Bend knee, downward dog. And then lengthen into full downward dog, left foot high to the sky. Big step forward with that left foot. Keep the right knee lifted. And then float the torso up. Stack hands above shoulders. Shoulders above hips. Back heel strong. Lots of strength in that back heel. I'll be turning my back on you now so you can see this from behind as well. Drop the back heel, and as you drop the back heel, bring the hands to the hips. Now press into that back heel, and then straighten the front leg. Start to pump. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Start to feel the different sensations. Keep the back foot grounded. Keep as much equal pressure on the ball and heel of that back foot as you can. Even though the outer edge wants to lift up, push back. Keep it equipressure. The next time you bend, stabilize that front knee perpendicular to the ankle. Then look at that back foot and align it with the front foot so you sweep the hips change planes. Right hand comes out behind you, parallel to the ground, and then turn the head towards the front. Lift that left hand. Press back through the right heel. Check that front knee hasn't come back. And check it hasn't extended beyond the ankle. Warrior 2. Shoulders are soft, but arms are engaged. Now exhale, straighten that front leg, and as you do, reach back with the right hand, reach forward with the left hand. Back with the right, forward with the left, so you feel this parallelism between the hands and the ground, even though they're shifting further and further forward. Right hip extends back. And then windmill. Left hand down, right hand up. Stack shoulders, stack hands. Explore the neck and the head. Can you look down at that front foot? Can you look across the horizon of the room? Can you look up to that top hand? All the different possibilities. Exhale, come back. Warrior 2. Windmill that right hand down and Step left foot back, bent knee, downward dog. Bent knee, downward dog. Come into high plank. Keep that rigidity in the body. Heels press back. Shoulders press back. Elbows rotate forward and in towards the ribs. Now bend this time, stopping at 90 degrees, chaturanga. And then exhale, come all the way to the earth. Stack the hands under the forehead, resting chin or hands or forehead on hands. Straddle the feet out a little wider, Charlie Chaplin feet. Feel crocodile pose. Exhale, slide the big toes together. Toenails down on the mat. Really point those feet. Slide the hands beside the hips. Bring the right cheek to the floor. Just for 2 or 3 breaths, and then change cheeks. Feel the neck. Bring the chin to the earth. Palms press down onto the floor beside the hips. Press down through the top of the feet. Press down through the hips. Squeeze the buttocks. Shoulders roll back and down. Lift the head. Lift the neck. Lift the shoulders. Feel the sensations. Squeeze the buttocks. Lift the feet, knees, and thighs. If you can, take it to the next stage. Lift the hands. Can you lift the crown of the head a little higher so that you bring the whole rib cage off the mat? Shoulder blades squeeze, hands spread out like a superhero flying. And then exhale, hands under shoulders, knees wide, child pose. Inhale, come onto the shins and curl the toes underneath the feet. So you feel a stretch sensation in the arch of the foot and the toes. Now practicing a little proprioception here, can you lift one knee up and then the other and find a balance point? Knees lifted onto the balls of the feet. The stretch sensation will have dissipated in service of proprioception, in service of balance. Let the eyes find a still point in front of you on the floor. We're going to step the right foot forward, staying on the ball of the left foot. So left heel remains lifted. You'll step forward with the right foot so the heel of the right foot extends out in front of you. Whoop! You might lose balance. So basically, you're still on that left ball, but right heel is extended. A lot more sensation comes into that left foot. Extend back. Whoop. I'm having a little whoopsies today on this one. That's okay. I've had better days. I've had worse days. Interesting to notice. Coming back. Now my left ankle is feeling this a lot more, so now I'm going to bring that left foot forward, stay balanced on that right ball, and then bring that left foot back into Cossack Asana. Exhale, come down, come onto the sit bones. And lean back into the hands and sway the knees from side to side. Come back to neutral. So if you've been in an extreme place, come back to neutral. The next time you stand the feet on the mat, grab the back of the thighs. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Now walk the sit bones as close as you can to the thighs. So you get to a point where the feet become very, very light on the ground. The hands are grabbing the back of the thighs. Let the feet lift off 1 or 2 inches off the ground and then curl the toes back towards the shin. In slow motion, start to elevate the feet until the shins become parallel to the mat. So you start to feel new sensations. Toes curled back. Spread the toes out so you can feel the air between the toes, the air against the arches of the feet. Roll the shoulders back and down. Hold the integrity of the posture. Try to find that balance point as you slowly extend the legs out. Extend the legs out, push out through the heels. Feel the inner engagement of the thighs. Toes curled back. If you can, release the hands, palms face upwards, keeping that ease and relaxation in the shoulders. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Find that neutral place in amidst all the intensity and all the possibilities to be drawn to the extremes. For 3 more breaths. On that third exhale, gently lower the feet, lower the hips, come all the way back down. Let the whole body relax. Feel the sensations of all the body components, circulatory, the blood flow, start to change. Feel the respiratory system, the movement of air in the lungs change. Nervous system changes. The muscles change. Can you allow the muscles to relax in this neutrality? Can you let go of the nervous tension that comes from anticipation for the future or memory of the past? Can you feel the warmth of the blood flow? Does the body feel warmer? And notice if the bones feel aligned. If you feel any discrepancy in alignment, make any adjustments. Perhaps the chin has to come towards the chest to lengthen the back of the neck. And then lay it back down with that extended neck. Bend the knees. Stand the feet on the mat, hip width distance apart. Grab hold of the hips and then roll the decks, the hips forward and backward. Forward and backward. Inhaling as you roll the decks, the hip forward, feel the belly expand. And as you roll the decks, the hip backwards, feel the low back release. You might even feel the tailbone slightly lift off the mat. Feel the sensations. Try to keep the back of the neck long so you feel alignment in the back and spine. Now release the hands down, palms beside you, face up. Walk the feet a little closer. As you inhale, lift the hips up. As you exhale, lower down. Lifting up, either articulating each vertebra or lifting up in one fell swoop, coming down. Your choice. Feel the sensations. Feel the union of all the systems of the body. Feel the bones lift up, because the muscles and the nerves and the blood flow and the breath all help lift the skeletal system, help lift the weight of the body against gravity. The next time you lift up, pause. Can you grab the edges of your mat with your hands and then pull your shoulders, walk your shoulders towards the heels as close as you can, keeping the hips elevated, keeping the glutes engaged. Now you might be able to reach the back of your Achilles tendon here and wrap your fingers around the shin. If you can't, you can clasp the hands together. Now work on the legs. Heels, press down. Try to keep the weight in the heels. There's a tendency the heels will want to lift here. Keep pressing through the heels to elevate the hips. Feel the tension start to build. The arms will start to straighten. Shoulders start to come away from the neck. Push through the heels until you feel sensation in the quadriceps. The glutes squeeze to help support the lift. Lengthen the back of the neck so it doesn't get cramped up. Sternum might be pressing towards chin. That's okay. Long neck. Feel the sensations. Now press the knees away from you so you engage the inner thighs without bringing the knees together or apart. Now lift the tailbone a little more. Shoulders relax a little more. Shoulder blades come together a little more so you feel yourself bound in bridge pose. Now bring all the systems together. Breath, heartbeat, muscles, nerves, all to lift the bones up. Exhale, release, let everything dissolve. Bring the soles of the feet together. Palms face out, palms face up. Roll the right knee over to the left so both knees are together. Feel that sensation. Now keep the knees together and then roll both knees to the right. Exhale to the left. Keep the knees together and feel that lumbar twist, both knees moving simultaneously. Bring the hands out in a way that you feel stable. Shoulders stay stable on the mat. The next time the knees come to the left, leave them there. Left hand comes down and supports that right thigh. Reach the right hand out a little further and turn the head to the right. Now keep the knees where they are, keep the left hand where it is, but bend the right elbow and bring the right hand underneath the back of the head. Start to press the right elbow towards the floor. Left hand pulls against the left thigh, right thigh. Right elbow presses towards the ground. So you feel a stretch sensation across the chest, across that anterior deltoid of the shoulder. Really push and open. Then exhale, release. Bring the knees to neutral, together, feet on the floor. Hands out to the side. Feel the echo in the nervous system here. Notice the contrast left and right. When you feel a union, when you feel the difference starts to become a similarity, roll the knees to the right. Right hand presses down on left thigh. Left hand reaches out, turn the head to the left. And once again, feel how the breath and the heartbeat work when you're in this shape. Feel the sensations of nerves and muscles as they stretch. Bending the left elbow, stack the left hand underneath the head. Keep pressing down with that right hand. Now press back with the left elbow towards the earth. So you really open up that left chest, left shoulder. This will also intensify the stretch sensations down in the hips and the low back. Two opposite forces. Right hand twisting everything to the right, left elbow twisting everything to the left. Now see if you can find where the two twists meet in the body. Where do they come together? For 3, 2, 1. And then allow the knees to come back, release the head. Stand the feet on the edges of the mat, palms out, face upwards, and then gently extend the legs. Feel pentacle. Feel this variation of Shavasana. Without any control over any of the systems of the body, allow your body to come into corpse pose. Bring your awareness with you, not your control, not your will, simply your witness. Witness what you're experiencing. What do I feel? Without analyzing, where do I feel it? Is it a local feeling or is there a global feeling? Try to find the global feeling you're having now, the feeling of everything, everythingness. Try not to leave out any experience. Allowing your experience to be as distant as your perceptions. If you can hear something outside of your space, let that be part of your everythingness. If you can feel the heartbeat, if you can feel the breath against the roof of the mouth or inside the nostrils. If there's any tension, allow yourself to feel the tension. Permission to feel everything at the same time. Feel that global experience of you. And then notice the things you cannot feel, that you cannot notice. Can you include those in your sense of self? Can you allow yourself to include everything, felt and unfelt, heard and unheard, seen and unseen? How much can I include right now? And once again, feeling the freedom of your practice in your space at this time. What do I want to do to end my practice? Do I want to remain for a while longer in Shavasana, practicing inclusion? Am I ready to gently transition from practice to something else? So either remaining where you are or gently bending the knees, standing the feet on the mat. Bend the elbows, give yourself a bit of a hug. Pick up the knees, hug the knees as well. Rocking from side to side. And then gently roll over to one side into a little ball. Support the head. Gently press up to a comfortable seat. And just like we did when we stood at the beginning of practice, can you find that alignment where the fluctuations of the mind become more distant, more transparent? Can you be so in your body, in your bones, muscles, breath, nervous system, heart? Can you be so attentive that the future and the past dissolve into this present moment? Just bring your hands together in prayer position at the chest. Let the head bow in gratitude. For our practice and for each other's company. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, week, month, life.